So hello everyone and welcome to the channel and welcome to our first ever YouTube video. So my name is Eric and I am one of the creators of Dublin Car Club, and as you've already seen from the opening clips, this is my 2021 Mark 8 GTI Clubsport. So I got the car a couple of months ago and completely fell in love with it from the start, but unfortunately, like with most kind of new hot hatches and performance cars, one thing that really lets them down is unfortunately the exhaust. So most of this is down to the fact that you now have to have an OPF filter in place. This is down to EU emissions, and what that does is basically just quietens the car down a hell of a lot. So from fairly early on, I realised, okay, I'm going to need to get an aftermarket exhaust to try and help with this. So in terms of research then, there wasn't really much content out there with Mark 8s. So one of the main reasons I'm actually making this video is to try and help people if they are trying to decide on an exhaust themselves. So in terms of kind of exhaust setups then, I decided to keep the OPF in, just because it's a bit of a pain to take it out, particularly with emissions, and if you ever need to get the car tested, or in the case of Ireland, NCT'd. One of the first kind of options I looked at was a Miltech exhaust. So everybody knows Miltech. Currently Miltech offer a resonated exhaust for the Mark 8 GTI and Clubsport. So how that works is it's a resonated sports back box back to the OPF, and it's an 80mm pipe diameter. So when I was doing kind of research on this, I did come across a video of a Mark 8 OR with a similar system fitted. Thought even in the OR it kind of just lacked a bit of sound. It was quite quiet, didn't really notice much of a difference, so I thought if that's the case for the OR, it's probably going to be even worse on the Clubsport. So I kind of crossed Miltech off the list. And kept looking. So another brand then obviously that I came across was Remus. So the Remus system was really interesting. It was kind of different. It's non-resonated, so it's basically a straight pipe from the OPF back. Apart from it has one kind of what they call like a sound chamber just before where the exhaust splits out to go to the tips. So in terms of actually sourcing the exhaust then, I live in the Republic of Ireland in Dublin. So over here we're kind of limited to the amount of places we have that stock kind of performance parts, particularly like these. So there was nowhere actually in the Republic of Ireland that I could find that stocked Remus, or that was able to get it in. So I got onto a company called Blackline Performance, which are up in Northern Ireland. So it's just outside of Belfast. They were able to get onto their supplier, Remus UK, and they were actually able to get the exhaust in pretty quick. So it was just over, I think, about a week to get it in. So really quick turnaround. So I decided to go with Blackline. Okay, so enough of me rambling on. I'm sure everybody is here to see what the exhaust looks like, and more importantly what it sounds like. So in the next few clips we'll spin up the Blackline. I'll get you a better look at the exhaust, and then I'll follow it by a couple of clips of before and after, so you get a comparison to what the stock exhaust sounded like versus what the new one sounds like. Okay, so we are back in the car and we are back home. So I'm delighted with how it turned out. I think it's made the car sound so much better. It's kind of just given it that character that it should have had from factory. The guys at Blackline absolutely killed the job. I went with the black chrome tips in the 115mm size. I think it works really well. It doesn't look too in your face. So like I said at the start of the video, one of the main reasons I made this was to try and help people if they are trying to decide on an aftermarket exhaust themselves. So if you do have any questions, drop them in the comments box down below and I will try and help as best as I can. If you have a MK8 and are looking for a Remus system, I do know that's coming down the line. It may sound slightly different to what you hear on the Clubsport, just due to the fact that in the MK8 the standard GTI and the Clubsport are not valved, whereas the Golf 4 is. So there will be a bit of a sound difference there, but you'll probably get a fairly good representation from this video. So in terms of upcoming modifications for the car, I have already done some small minor modifications that you may have already spotted in the opening clips. But the next kind of big modification I'm getting done is I'm getting the front honeycomb grille on the car painted gloss black. So if anybody has seen the Golf 4, they'll know instead of the kind of plain matte black plastic trim, it's actually all gloss black on the oar. This kind of does let the Clubsport down ever so slightly. I may do a video on it and just the process behind getting it painted, because there is a good bit of prep work that goes into that. So let me know if you want to see that. If you've gotten this far into the video and you're wondering what Dublin Car Club is about, I will leave the link to our Instagram and our TikTok down below. And we post pretty much daily car spotting content around Dublin, and we try to cover off as much of the kind of supercar and performance car industry and scene in Ireland as we can. So definitely a lot of exciting content to come on both those pages, so definitely worth checking them out and giving them a follow. I will also leave down in the description box a link to the Remus website if anyone wants to kind of check out the technical specs of the exhaust. And I'll leave a link to Blackline as well so that you can check them out. They always work on a lot of really cool cars, so definitely worth having a look. So the last thing I would like to say is thank you everybody for watching the video, and hopefully I will see you in another video soon.